Here is Joshua Reeves. All right. Here is a family that is just very generic. We're going to be using a lot of different patients to kind of show you how this will look. Now, let's see. All right. First thing you're going to notice, I'm going to make it a full screen. There we go. All right. Looking at the ledger, there's a few things you're going to want to see. First of all, when I am looking at the ledger, you will always have dates of service with the right date, name, tooth, code, description, and amounts. They'll be listed there. They'll also have the provider that actually did the service. It'll have a running balance over here to the right. And by the way, when I find a ledger, it's the very same button. If this Josh just happens to be up, if I am looking for somebody else like Abbott, let's use Ken just for a minute. All right, here's Ken. You simply find it on any of the screens with this little guy with a little arrow to select the next patient. Couple of things. When I push options, I can look at the current month ledger or the ledger and the history. So if they've been in years ago, it would show that. I can view the whole family in the ledger or each individual patient. So if I show Patricia, nope, never had treatment. I'm going to show Timothy. Oh, poor guy, had a root canal today. And we're going to view Susie. Remember Susie? Now, we haven't seen her yet. She's in the schedule, but she hasn't walked in the door yet. Or we haven't posted her treatment. So under the word view, I'm going to show the whole family. All right. I'm going to show you in this way so that you can clearly see how they're linked. You've got Timothy that had treatment. You've got Ken that's had treatment. You have payments. You've got discounts, and you have insurance claims. It's going to be my job at this time to show you how to post things you need in the ledger and make sure that's done correctly. First thing we need to do is create insurance claims. If they are a patient that has insurance, we need to send an insurance claim. We want to get it paid. We want to get it paid right away. Okay, I've got Ken here. I'm going to go to my appointment book. And we're going to use me as a patient today because I was seen. In fact, I just left the office because they just finished with me. If I look at my appointment and I am the assistant and I see, yes, they had the evaluation, they had a pano, they had the bite wings, and they had a prophy. Simply having it highlighted with that little gray box around it. There's a little check mark, little check, check. It's going to say, for this appointment, did you complete all of these? Maybe I didn't have that. But I'm going to say, yes, I had them. I'm going to say, complete it. Because I had a hygiene visit, it's already asking. It automatically knows because I had a prophy and bite wings, shall I create a new appointment? Well, yeah, we're going to see it 6 months. Yes. It already is defaulting that I would have a prophy the next time because I'm not due for bite wings yet. And it already puts my date. Look at that. It's going to already schedule me on the day that I'm due. It's the same staff member, which I can change. And I can put made in July, whatever. Press OK. Now, it has taken me to the right date. Okay, Lisa, does Friday, January 11th at 11 work? Oh, on Fridays, I'd rather come first thing in the morning, please. I can click and drag. It put me in the room with the provider that I like, and it made my appointment time. I'm going to go back to today. My little arrow. See how this is now gray? It's been completed. The treatment was done. Now we're going to discuss the ledger. We're going to go to my ledger because I was just finished. This is really the steps that are taken. When the treatment has been completed, here's my ledger. Today I had bite wings, I had an exam, pano, a prophy. Because my primary provider is DDS1, I want to change this that the hygienist actually did the prophy. So she gets credit for the production. I'm also going to do the Panorex under the hygienist, so she gets her production. I'm simply changing the provider. That's all I'm doing. And I'll do the bite wings. I'm clicking it. Where it says provider, I am changing that to the hygienist. Okay, lovely. The dentist did the exam, hygienist did x-rays and prophy. I simply checked it off from the appointment and it posts it. All right, we need to bill the insurance. There's a few little tabs that we're going to be using up here today. There's this little G, Guarantor notes. It's like a little notepad. G with money. Enter Guarantor money payments. We can post treatment if we need to from here, but we also have our insurance. These are insurance buttons. These are our golden buttons. This is what we're using today. One key is today's procedures. This will bill insurance that was done today. If I had treatment and I just pushed it, push, I have just created an insurance claim. It attached it to all procedures today because that's what it says. Today's procedures. Insurance, I pushed it. I have done the insurance in red. Very simply, when I this is a pencil, by the way, a jiggly pencil. When I double-click my insurance claim, I hope you can see this in your screenshot. This literally is my insurance claim. It will link to the correct patient and subscriber, my employer, my carrier, and my group plan. It bills the provider. Remember, this is the billing provider because he's my primary provider. We do not want checks going to the hygienist. Well, she'd probably love that. However, it bills it properly. Nothing you need to change or edit because that is set up in the program correctly. You can see the treatment that we're being billed right down here to the insurance. And, very interesting, I have not sent it yet. I simply created the claim. It's just been created. I want you to be aware that there are 3 ways you can send a claim. I'm going to close this so I can start over again. Here's my claim. If I double-click it, it is still not sent. There's a button that says Submit. At this time, I can still batch it. It'll send it to my office manager, so I can send it maybe at the end of the day. A lot of people that do electronic claims will send them at the end of the day. Plus, the dentist may want to look at the day sheet to make sure you billed all of the treatment that actually occurred. Send electronically. If you push this button, it will send it right away electronically. It will be sent. It will be done. Or you can print it, and it will print, and you put it in an envelope, and you mail it. So at this time, we're just batching it as it is because we'll send them later. I just close it. Okay, what we've done so far is we have treatment. We have created a claim. Just so you can see it one more time, we're going to take the kids. Okay, London, She came in, she had her visit. If I highlight it once, this little blue check mark. Can you see this blue check mark? Check. It's asking, okay, is this what we really did today? Bite wings, evaluation, fluoride panel. She was gagging on the bite wings. Wasn't going to happen. Nope, did not happen. It's that simple. I just select that she did not have that today. I don't want to bill insurance what she did not have. And I complete it. Okay. I'm going back to the ledger. This is London. Do you remember in my view, I could look at the whole family? Now we have Lisa and London, who's had treatment today. I'm just going to concentrate on London just for a minute. The PDO did all of the treatment today. I don't need to change providers. This is who did it. So, because this is today's procedures, I press my little insurance button for today's procedures. Click. I now have a claim for London. When I click it open, it was billed under Philip Davis with JCPenney's with Aetna. It's just that simple. Now, maybe this is one I definitely want to send right away, or maybe I know that the JCPenney Aetna, they like to get it in the mail. So you have options. Of course, we're batching ours today. So again, when you submit, there's 3 things. You can batch, send electronically, or print and mail. Okay, hers is done. Simple. One more time. We're going back to our appointment book. Rachel's turn. I simply highlight hers, press my check mark, and it brings it up. Did she really have bite wings and her exam and panel? Absolutely. I go to her ledger. Okay. I wanted you to see that the same thing. I can change providers, I can keep providers, but to keep us moving along, I simply push today's insurance button. Literally, if she had treatment in the past that was not sent, then I click this insurance that would be in the past. So this is the one we're working with today. When I look at the whole family, you've got insurance claims. Okay, we know how to send insurance claims now. We've got it batching, electronically, or paper. Next step is entering payments. This is pretty big. We've got to enter payments, and we better do it right. So, let's say that when I'm entering payments, there's this little $sign, entering the payment. So, because of Lisa's insurance plan, there's a $15 copay for her checkup. So I click my $sign, and I put in there's a $15 payment for my particular copay. And I'm actually going to put, it's not a check number, I'm going to say it was a Visa. So I'm going to put in, I run it, and it's that authorization number. And I select from my list what type of payment it was paid by. It'll default to my primary provider, which he did the exam, so that he'll get that $15. But look at the patient. Who is the $15 being paid for? For me. Copay. Okay. Okay, money's in green. There's a payment for the day and claims to be sent. This is exactly how you would post or print a claim or post a payment. Okay, there's one more step that we need to look at. The next step is posting an insurance payment. An insurance payment is completely different. So I'm going to do this on all 3 claims so it's very, very clear. First thing, when you're posting a payment to a claim, I get that EOB in the mail, and it says, Lisa Davis, date of service, 7/10/2012. I click on the payment. I'm sorry, the insurance claim. And you can see where there was submit. There's another little wording that says enter payment. I'm going to post a payment on this claim. It asks me, itemized by procedure or total. Always itemized by procedure. Always. When I select it, there's a true purpose as to the reason why. If the insurance pays a different percentage or a different amount than my computer thinks the coverage table is, it will update it for any patient with that insurance in the future. So absolutely. Okay, so it's guessing that it's paid $59 because the computer knows I don't have a deductible for preventative. And I showed it pays 100%. So it automatically says for the bite wings down below, $59. Okay. For the evaluation, do you know what? They only paid $65 because I had a $15 copayment on the exam. So I'm going to push yes, I want to update the payment table for this plan. In the future, anybody else who has this plan, it will automatically know that the insurance will pay $65 and the patient needs to pay $15. That's very important. That's why we enter the insurance payment by item. So yes, I'm going to update the payment table. Okay. For the Pano, it did pay 100%. I don't need to update it. It's already telling me, is that right? Yep, okay. Same with the Profi, $85. I don't need to update it because it did pay the 100% like the computer or I set up the coverage table. Okay. All right, now it automatically takes me to, okay, enter the payment, other information. What was the check number from the insurance company? You can enter your bank or branch if you prefer. Was it a check or an electronic? Sometimes insurance claims come electronically. This is pretty important. Can you see it auto-defaulted because I sent the claim with the hygienist doing some production, so it gave collections towards her production. Same with the doctor. It does it automatically. If there's any adjustments, like if there was an insurance write-off, I can write that off, but there was not. I'm just going to say, okay. Perfect. It's done. The payment is posted. And when I close this window, can you see where it says insurance payment and insurance payment? It did break down how much was the hygienist for production and collections and how much was the doctor. It's exactly right. All right, we're going to enter another insurance payment. We're going to do it on London's. I double-click it to open it. The options are enter payment, itemized by procedure. Yes. Okay, I'm going to throw you for a loop. Even though it pays 100%, it only pays 100% of their personal coverage table, and the patient has to pay the difference. So, amount paid on the exam, let's say, is $50. Yes, I want to update it. It's only ever going to pay $50 on their plan, even though it's 100% to the plan. Next is fluoride. They paid $12. Yes, update the table. Next is a Panorex. We're going to say they did $85. Yes, update. And the child's Profi, they paid $50. Update, yes. Okay. Now the check number. It applied the payment to the right provider who they were seen by. There are no adjustments because this office is not a preferred provider. So I'm going to post it. Okay, post. And close. Lastly, the last one, and I'll do this very fast. I double-click it, enter payment, itemize by procedure. She had 4 bite wings. Sister had 2, so I need to update this one. Comprehensive exam. It already updated it because Sister had it and it already knows it. Same with the pano. Adult prophy. Sister had a child prophy. So theirs is actually 72. Now I can post this particular payment. It gives it to the right provider. There are no adjustments, and post. Now we have very clearly a family balance because they have to pay the difference of what the insurance did not pay. This is exactly how you post and how you use the ledger. With that being said, it looks like on our time, I am going to show you one more thing, and then we'll have some question and answers. I want to show you this little pad of paper. This is Guarantor Notes. Can you recall when I go into the family file data, these are patient notes. Best friend, will be out of town, watch for this allergy. Guarantor Notes, which is this ledger with a piece of paper. Guarantor Notes is the money notes. This is where you put notes in about payment agreements or any money kind of conversations. For instance, the patient thought that their insurance would pay for their checkup and cleaning, and you've contacted them later to say, unfortunately, they paid less, we're not a preferred provider. So they'll say, I will send $100 on, let's see, July 30th. This, I put my initials so I know I put the note in. This is account notes. This is money notes. If you have a patient that says, can I put it on my flex spending card each month? You could put a note, remind patient to put the balance on their flex spending. So you can call them and say, oh, do you have your card handy? This is money or account notes. This is when you have money conversations. Also, there's a billing statement note. I can put in this little box, please send your promised payment by July 30th. Thank you. This will go on their statement. Only for a month, just for a month. It's not going to say it every month. So just be aware, when I put a Guarantor note in, it is now bright green. I know there's notes on this family, and I can add more notes. I can clear notes that don't apply anymore. I just wanted you to be aware that when you are in the ledger, any conversations about money goes in the Guarantor notes, not in the patient notes, not in the patient alert that pops out to give you reminders. Okay, it looks like that is literally all I have to show you in these sections. We've talked about the office manager, which are reports and day sheets. I've talked with you about the ledger on how to post, on how to bill insurance and send payments and put notes in.